Hey guys, welcome to this week's podcast episode, and I've got a fantastic guest for you today, Jordan Turbyfill, and he's a founder and he's an entrepreneur, and he does one contract flooring. And like I said, I've just interviewed another peach entrepreneur, and Jordan is a construction real estate development entrepreneur. And so I love just these different fields and how you can succeed, and he's got a lot to share with the audience. So Jordan, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate you having
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, backstage and talk about your journey, what you do, how you help others. I know you continue to show up and just add value, lead, grow, and how'd you get started?
So honestly, I got started from basically I was in a position as a project manager, running really high-end projects. I got let go. I got let go from the
Mm,
company where I was at, and it was one of those things where I sat and had lunch with the owner, and he asked me if I was interested in starting my own business or starting another branch with him. And I told
mm.
him, yeah, I was, and he told me he was kind of intimidated by that, and then he called me the next day and he let me go. I
Yeah.
think a week before Christmas,
Oh
and
man.
I went home and was like, "Shit, I don't know what to do," at first.
Mm,
And talked with my wife that night, and she totally kind of lifted me up during that process, and just
yeah.
told me, you can do it. You've been running everything on your own already, so just go for it, just go all in. So I
Yeah.
pretty much put all my chips in the basket and said, all right, let's do this, and it started slow, just trying to take on anything we could, and always just having the main focus of doing the best possible work that we could do, even if it was just like a 10 square foot little bar backsplash. We were going to do it as best we possibly could. And
Uh-huh.
at the same time, doing the best possible customer service with the client, and just thoroughly explaining the whole process, and just being there for them, always answering my phone, and we quickly grew. I've been in business 4 years now, and now we're working on multi-million dollar homes. Um, we got a project starting next week that's going to be north of $5 million with 5 showers, stone imported from Mexico. That's extremely high end. It was about, I believe, about $12,000 just for the master shower material. So
Yeah.
lots of details, but like that's what I love. I like the challenge of understanding and getting to know the products you're working with and caring for them, um, and then also leading. I think the number one thing as a business owner that you can do is sharpen yourself to lead and navigate through all the obstacles that'll come about, because they're definitely going to come about, whether it be through people or through your own people making mistakes, or
Yeah.
outside events happening and occurring, or worldwide events happening and occurring. Like the whole COVID thing. And yeah, it's just important to really sharpen yourself and try and get better every day. So that's actually another thing that I do, is try and coach and guide people on like mindset, nutrition, and fitness as well,
Yeah.
um, because it's so important.
It's fascinating because I'm always studying successful people and what is success, and a lot of I think success by the mainstream media is not really what is really happening, and it's like these little things that you're talking about is like, for example, like I interviewed one Olympic athlete, and he was saying that his philosophy was, whether he was uh sweeping floors as a janitor or he was doing, training, he wanted to be the best at it. It didn't
Oh
matter,
yeah,
he could be a Uber driver, pizza delivery, whatever. He wanted to be the best. Go ahead.
too, because I use that all the time. Like as a business owner, if we're doing a project, every day I'm going to step foot on that project, and even though I'm at the top, I don't see myself as like too big to pick up trash or too big to sweep. And in fact, I always try my best to be the best at like stuff like that. So like I'll pick up like I try and pick up like 10 pieces of trash every time I'm on the job site. And yeah, it's all about that, like right there, what you said.
Yeah, it's like this humble, it's like this hungry, it's like this underdog mentality. It's like because once you start to get complacent, then basically people catch up to you and then that's when you start to, you always one thing was that he said to me was always stay hungry, always think like you're starting at the same level as the rookies, and that way it's
Yeah.
always that mindset.
Yeah, there's always more levels to everything. You know what I mean? So like even if you're just starting, focus on the level that you're at and see the level above you and see what those guys are doing and try and emulate that. But once you get to that level, you'll see like, oh dang, there's another level above me. Like so you start focusing on that and you're like, all right, I gotta learn more, I gotta dial in more, I gotta get more disciplined. And then once you get there, you're like, oh damn, these guys are like the guys at the top are creating all new levels. So it's just like there's always room for growth and to get better. So yeah, I love the idea of just focusing on yourself and what you can control. So that's another one of my things is just having like a daily process. Everything that I do every day, waking up early, reading self-help books, just to try and find like one little thing that I can get better at every
Yeah.
day, journaling every day, going to the gym every single day, no days off. We're going Sunday too, and hitting it a little bit harder Sunday because that's God's day, so we got to make sure we take care of the temple that day.
Well, one thing I love is talking about is this idea with so the influence of past experiences and kind of personal adversity, you don't have to elaborate, but we've all gone through it. But how do you think that these challenges affected your perspective on resilience and showing up every day and helping others?
Oh man, I do think highly of myself as far as being like extremely resilient. I think a lot of the difficult things I went through as a kid and as a teenager, and a lot of the stuff I put myself through, because I was not wise enough to understand what was happening around me. So I kind of like shouldered the blame. Poor me, but just being resilient and the way that I've been able to like get through things is to really just dial in every single day and try and stack the wins every single day. And I feel like everything started to get so much better for me when I stopped focusing on like long term and just focused on the day at hand. For a bit in my 20s, a long time in my 20s, probably 7 years of my 20s, I was just drinking every day. And a lot of times I would just like think like it'd be Monday and I'd be already thinking about Friday and going like where we're going to go to drink or whatever. And now I focus so much on the day at hand that even when things go terribly, I'm still thinking, okay, there's still 18 hours left in the day. Like I could still turn this day around and like make it like the best. And like things happen. I'm married, so like, and I have 3 kids, so I'm sure you know how that goes. Even when things don't go perfectly as planned, I try not to have like too much expectations and just focus on turning the day around and just being positive and attacking it and getting better. So it's like anything that comes about it's just a test to see if you're going to break character. And there's so much strength in restraint. So if you're able to restrain yourself from breaking and like screaming at your kids or getting upset with your wife, there's so much strength in that. And when you continue to like tell yourself that, uh the next day you're going to wake up, you're going to be that much better. You know what I mean? I love every day. I try and just thank God every day when I wake up. It's like we got another day, let's get it.
Yeah, I love that, and I love this mindset, especially with wife and kids can really throw a wrench. Basically, you could have the best laid plans, and kids will just there's like all bets are off, and you just have to
Oh yeah,
adapt.
we have an 18-year-old, and then we also have a newborn. He's almost 8 months, and the 18-year-old, he's driving his own car. We actually just got home from his senior baseball game. He pitched, I think, the first 5 innings and had a bunch of strikeouts. So I
Uh,
made sure to be there, and then a lot of times, like I would love to be up at like 4 in the morning, but at the same time, it's like you only have a baby for so long. So what I've been doing lately is making sure to spend as much time with the baby at night when he's more relaxed, and it has definitely thrown off my schedule, but you got to just be able to adapt. So like I've been putting him to bed every single night, and then as soon as he gets to sleep, I go to the gym, and every night every night or morning I'm in the gym till about 2 in the morning. Set my alarm for 6, wake up at 6 a.m., get to work, and just get better.
I have two more questions, and one question is guiding others, and you have ambition to help, kind of bring along people that are struggling. And how do you use your approach to mentorship and advice you would give to someone who feels, kind of, where you've been or overwhelmed by their circumstances? How do you help them get out of that?
I think the hardest struggle is getting past your own thoughts. So many people, I know for me, I was such a big thinker, and I would think and feel like, man, I deserve so much in this world, you know, but I wasn't doing the work. And
Mm.
your work ethic and the things you accomplish each day define your worth. And only you can define your own worth. So if you're just sitting and thinking that you're worth a lot but you're not doing any action, you got to start putting in the work. And once you start like stacking those positive habits, you're going to start to feel so much more worth and value that you can give the world, and just that energy that you feel will resonate with other people, and you'll start to attract the people that feel the same way about you.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
it's like you completely have control of like all of your clients. You have control of all the people that you talk with, and every interaction based on how much work you're willing to put in each day. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? It's just a matter of investing in yourself. And I think that's one of the hardest things that I struggled with too, was the money portion of investing in yourself. I've always been like, oh no, let me buy you this, let me buy you that, let me help you with this. But then when it comes to myself, I was like walking around with like holy socks that I've had since like high school, and I'm like, no, I don't need new socks, these are good. And I don't need mentorship, I don't need a coach, blah blah blah. And then once I
Yeah.
finally got on the phone with a guy who was like, I had called him to become my mentor. I had really hit rock bottom at that point, where I was
Mhm.
like just so stressed mentally from
Mhm.
sitting back and thinking what was going to happen, that I was like, all right, I have to get a mentor, because like this is this is going to cause me to just break out and like break character, really. And once I talked to him, I'm super grateful for him, because what he did was he was like, let me share my screen with you, and you give me your credit card, and we're going to get you signed up right now. Because I know if you end this call, you're not going to ever sign up. And I was like, dude, you're right. You're right. Like 100%. I'm not going to sign up unless I pay right now. So I
Yeah.
paid right then. And then about a week later, I hired another mentor, and from there it was just like a snowball, like rolling downhill. I started just feeling like picking up more and more positive action,
Yeah.
and just feeling so much better. I think the main thing I would say to anybody listening is, don't hesitate to invest in yourself and invest in coaching or mentorship, because it's life changing, and life is short. There's no reason to sit around for 2 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, thinking about all that you deserve and all that you can become. So much more enjoyable to just love the process and start picking up those habits and getting after it. So
Yeah.
jump on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love this. I love your approach to you have to put in the work, we're not entitled. And I think I was talking to another, they said that the greatest ROI is in yourself. And I was in also in your like if you start a business, you can have the greatest ROIs, but it takes work. You got to get the reps in, you got to get the skills in order to see those successes. Final question, and this one thing is a vision for change, and you aspire to be a kind of a spark for positive, and then especially the trades. And so, what specific changes do you hope to inspire in individuals and communities, and how do you plan to achieve this?
Oh man, I love this question. So I would love to just inspire people and really the whole world to just change from the past thinking of drinking. It's I can just say the word drinking and everyone already assumes that I'm talking about alcohol, and that is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You get pulled over by a cop and they're like, "Have you had anything to drink today?" It's like, well, yeah, I've had water, you know, but yeah, realistically, I feel like alcohol is pushed by the powers that be and by so many people. Friends use it against their other friends to, push them to do things they shouldn't do, and I feel like it causes a lot of anxiety, unhappiness in homes. And then when you're doing it around your own kids too, you're setting just such a poor example. And I feel like it just makes so many people so lazy and to where they don't put in the action. So if I could help the world to see that, like, you don't need to drink to be popular, you don't need to drink to be liked by people, you don't need to drink to enjoy life. Once you start putting in all that action, positive action every day, you're going to realize, like, it doesn't matter to be liked by the people who are just trying to push you to do things that are going to negatively affect your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would love to help just so many people in that realm just get better.
How can people reach out to you? And because I know you do a lot of work with remodeling and construction. If people want to check out your company and reach out to you, follow you on socials, how can they do that?
So you can check us out on Instagram. Our hashtag or Instagram name is one.contract.flooring. And you can also email me at info at onecontractflooring.com. And we also have a website, onecontractflooring.com. So yeah, appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Out there listening, Jordan, for a very inspiring conversation about success, grit, putting in the work, and be sure to give all of his socials a like and follow. Check out his company website. And with that, thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. It was great chatting with you.